Hi everyone, this is Ganesh. Today we are going to talk about the capstone project, which is an outcome of the 5 days intensive GenAI training provided by Kaggle, which is a learning platform supported by Google. So in this project, so I have built a product called Fact Fusion. Let me give you a quick summary of what this project is all about. In today's world, there's an information overload and the ability to process and analyze the unused content efficiently, which is very critical. And this particular product, Fact Fusion, which is an AI powered which is leveraging the cutting edge generative AI to evaluate the legitimacy, sentiment, the bias of the news articles, which is sourced from the different digital media platforms. And this project not only demonstrates the transformative potential of the AI in content analysis, but also it lays a groundwork of a scalable and extendable platform for the real-time applications in the news digital media technologies, right? And now get onto a project overview. This Fact Fusion, it's an end-to-end pipeline which is designed to scrape and analyze the news contents from the publicly available media sources. By integrating these advanced capabilities of Google's Gen AI API, right, the system performs a step-by-step process. It starts with a sentiment analysis where it evaluates the tone of the content, being it a positive, negative, or a neutral tone, and it go ahead and prepares the bias detection where it identifies the potential biases in the article, and it also evaluates the legitimacy. What does it means? Like it assesses the credibility of that content, right? So that's the primary objective of this project, and this can be effectively utilized in real world scenarios for processing and summarizing, analyzing the digital media content, and this is built with a scalability in mind, whereas we can enable the real-time processing of dynamic news streams and providing actionable insights to the news trends, the public sentiments, and the misinformation detection, right? With this, let's get on to our next step. I have also prepared a blog post article. I'll share the description of the my LinkedIn profile where you can find this article, and you can feel free to deep dive. And I also mentioned the URL to my Kaggle Jupyter notebook where you will have complete access to. I understand the code which is built end to end in Python in the Kaggle's platform. With that, let's get on to the approach, what it takes to build this AI-powered platform product. So it all starts with the environment setup where we would be just setting up the foundational libraries and the environments needed for this Kaggle notebook, where we will go ahead and install the Jupyter Lab, and we import the necessary libraries from the Google Gen AI, and then we have to have an API key to access the generative AI API. That comes the next part, and after the environment setup is done, we get on to our next module, which is like the news ingestion module. All right, and that's a primary the heart of the project where it's responsible for aggregating the news articles from the publicly available digital media sources. So I'm presenting the Jupyter notebook where you can see the environment setup, followed by which importing the required basic libraries, followed by which there is a prompt where we can go ahead and set up to retrieve such news articles where obviously we have to scrape through a wide range of contents available in the media, where we have to have a proper definition of the prompts and on what JSON format we need. So by using the multi-shot prompt technique, we would be just giving an instruction to GenAI stating like, this is how I want the prompt. That's what comes in the next step, followed by which we would be just introducing our news ingestion module, which is the core of this project, right? Where it leverages the Google's GenAI API, and it is primarily responsible for fetching the news articles from various articles, and it is very powerful API where it does the complete scraping of the content available in the media, and it also supports a real-time making some real-time API calls. Right, this code snippet where I'm presenting now, this is the core of the project, where you can see the Google Gene API is being utilized, which is highly powerful in scraping the digital content in real time from the wide range of available media sources, right? And the next module, it's about the summarization, sentiment, and the bias analysis. And here, this particular content which was aggregated in the previous step during the news ingestion module, which will be broadly classified into a sentiment like a positive, neutral, or a negative based on the content. It does the job of understanding the tone and the sentiment of the content. That comes the next part of the module, followed by this content summarization, the sentiment analysis. We would be traveling into a next step, which is the real-time analyzer. So this comes the end-to-end pipeline where the real-time news which was gathered in the previous step, and the content has been analyzed. The content has been um, broadly classified into a sentiment tone, and the accuracy is also identified. So in this this real-time news aggregator module, this orchestrates the process of the whole activity such as summarization, sentiment, and the bias detection, right? So here, if you see that there are key parameters which we will fetch from this API, where what is the article title, what summary it has brought in, and what's a sentiment it has identified, and the what's a bias score it's going to give us, right, against that article. We are in the final stage where running the pipeline, and the end, when you just go ahead and run this pipeline end to end, we would be able to see how much it is powerful in tracking out the title, the content, what is the source which has been utilized for this title, and it gives it a very neat summary of what is it and what's the sentiment that is being sensed from this summary, and it also gives a bias score in the range and the scale of 0 to 1. So in this example, you can see the real-time news like the Tesla Cybertruck deliveries has begun, and what's the open question there, right? So it's a very neutral sentiment where it gives a bias score of 0.3. Um, Now, with this step-by-step approach, so we have seen it starts with environmental setup, importing the libraries, news ingestion module, integrating the news ingestion module, and bringing in the content analysis, which is leveraged by the Google's generative API. And we have seen the real-time pipeline execution end-to-end, which is a scalable and open, versatile tool for anyone, and maybe an organization or an individual. It's quick to adapt. So if we just make a quick summary of what capabilities we have addressed in this tool, is like it brings out structured output JSON format. So this sentiment summary score, bias score, it all can be easily pluggable to any outbound applications. And we have utilized the few shot prompting, where we have designed how the summarization, sentiment classification, and scoring should happen. With the help of few short prompting, we achieved that. And with the summary analysis, it does a great job of doing document understanding, and it also supports the long context window, right? So it preserves the context of the lengthy articles during the summary analysis. That's the great capability we have incorporated. So if you look at the primary outcome, which is a scalable design, we get an actionable insights, and we get very well structured outputs, right? It's offering a robust foundation for all the future applications, and it does a great job in content analysis, and bringing out the media intelligence, bringing out the accuracy value, and it gives a clear indication of whether the content, media content, is being legitimate or not, right? So finally, I would like to thank the Kaggle platform, which is powered by Google. which was really grateful in getting this capstone project done, and the resources provided by Google were very intuitive and very helpful. And it is a seamless integration with the Google's ecosystem, and that helped me in completing this project. Finally, this fact fusion, the name given for this project, right? It's not just a technical achievement. It's a step towards empowering the individuals and the organizations to navigate the complex world of digital media with clarity and confidence, right? By combining the power of generative AI with scalable design principles, this project sets a new benchmark for the AI-driven news analysis. With that, I'm reiterating that I have given the blog post article link in this description. Please feel free to visit and share your thoughts. That's it for now. Thank you for listening.